Hello everyone, it's Friday once again, and as usual I seem to lack content to put a video together, so we're gonna improvise. The other day I had someone post a personality test in our Discord and I never cared for those, but I thought this might be a funny idea to try out for my video. Let's find out what kind of person we are, shall we? So this first test is called 16 personalities. I don't really know what to expect. Let's start. So the first question is, you regularly make new friends? No, not at all. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Not a lot of my free time, but sometimes there are random topics that I suddenly discover and then I want to just learn more about that, so I'm just gonna put that in the middle, I guess. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. No, not really. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. I do like to have everything planned just in case, so the first thing that I could think of would be like financial stuff. This is always a big topic for me, as you know. I always have to save up and make sure that I'm gonna survive. So even if I would have like enough money to live for the month, then I would still have something left over in case something breaks or in case something happens and we have to actually pay something extra. So yeah, I don't know which one to take. Let's take this one. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. It really depends on what it is. I'm normally calm. I can feel nervous, but I don't really show that, or I'm not like running in circles with my arms in the air and just screaming. Let's just put it this way. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yes, definitely. I feel really uncomfortable talking to new people. It's a little bit different on streams because I kind of feel safe still because I'm still at home. I can like just get rid of people if I don't like being around them. I can leave my PC, I can end my stream. I just feel a lot more comfortable having my distance. It's kind of like the first question, I guess. I can't really make friends easily. I barely have any friends, and it really does take me a lot of time to actually get used to them in the first place. Oh, 10%, damn. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another? Yes, most of the time, yes. Same thing with the games on streams. I don't normally want to start so many different games, which is surprising because most of you know that I am playing a different game every day, but I do want to finish them. A lot of people start a new game and then they're like, oh my god, I love this game so much and it's so fun, and then they just never finish it after years, and then they just go and play something else. So I definitely want to always finish what I was planning or whatever project it is and get it done. You are very sentimental. I guess. I don't know what more to say to that, to be honest. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. For sure, I have 5 billion lists on my phone. I need to have like a plan. I need a schedule that I can stick to feel better overall. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Oh yes, 100%. Imposter Syndrome, as I have mentioned many times. So you could take an example that my mom wrote to me. She was sending some jewelry money to me. Basically the jewelry I've gotten when I was born. That is kind of like a tradition within our family, that if there is a newborn, if it's a girl, then they get jewelry. If it's a boy, then they get money. Obviously, I was a girl, so I got a lot of jewelry when I was born. I'm not the kind of person who likes wearing jewelry. So my mom has been holding on to it for all these like 29 years, and now she finally sold those to give me the money instead, because I would never wear that stuff anyway. And I could use the money way more, especially right now when we're about to move and our rent was really expensive, so she was helping out with that. I don't think that she had any ill intent, but it made, like, something that she said made me feel terrible for a long time, and I'm still thinking about that now. She said, like, you don't have a proper job right now, so you need it. It's not really a small mistake as the question suggests, but it's more the fact that it made me feel terrible. Like, you don't have a proper job yet. Like, look at you, it's been like nearly 30 years. I haven't really gotten very far in my life, so that's my thought process. I can't really see any positivity in what I do. I'm generally really pessimistic, and I feel like, yeah, any small mistake is just really, really severe for me. So yes, if I could, I would click here. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation? Not at all. I'm not very social when it comes to that. Like, I don't like talking to new people. It's easier in chat because, again, as I said, I feel more comfortable being in my own home and being able to retreat. So I feel super uncomfortable having to be around especially new people. And even the people that I do like and know, even if I would meet them, it would take me an entire day to even get used to them and feel somewhat comfortable. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of creative works. I don't know, really. I'm just gonna put the middle one. Of course, everybody has their own opinion, but even if you are discussing things, it often turns into arguing, and then I really feel uncomfortable. Plus, discussing in general or talking about a topic, I'm just not very good at expressing myself. I'm not very good at choosing the right words. Sure, I have like an opinion or I want to say something, but then it's really, really hard for me to put that into words in the first place. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. I think I'm gonna take the middle one because I oftentimes want to go with like what's logically the best way to do something, but sometimes I also have like a good feeling and it's more of a risk, but it's kind of both, so I'm gonna take the middle one again. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Most of the time I want a routine. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel like doing something different. Most of the time, no, I want my daily routine. Everything's always the same. I wake up, I do the dishes, I clean up, I make breakfast for Panda. I eat nothing myself until it's time for lunch. All the cleaning and so on, everything that I need to take care of in the house, or rather apartment, that's something that I take care of in the morning. Just like this video, for example, I take my time in the morning to finish this. And it's always the same. Then I start my stream, then I end my stream, I make dinner, and then I spend the rest of the evening with Panda. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. I may just go for the middle one again, because I do worry in a way. Let's say on the streams, I do want to like provide a place for people to hang out. I want them to feel comfortable around me. I want people to be able to talk about whatever, to make their day better. But at the same time, like my appearance, for example, I really don't give a shit if you think that I'm fucking ugly. I don't need to look pretty for you, so I really don't care about that. So it really depends on what kind of impression it is. You enjoy participating in group activities? Nope, never. I hated it. Group projects at school, that was a nightmare. I don't want to work with people. I just want to do everything myself. If I want to compare that with streams, I also do not want to collab with people. I mean, we found that out recently again when we were doing the sponsorship on Steam for the game Hood Outlaws and Legends. I do like my friends that I played with, but I'm not comfortable with collaborations. It gave me a massive headache. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. I just watch the movies. I don't really like reading books. I don't do that in general, but the movies, I can think of an ending or I can think of like what's gonna happen next, but I just go with it. Like the story's already set. They are telling the story and I'm just supposed to watch it, right? So your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. I think so little of myself. I don't think that I have gotten anywhere. I don't think that I have accomplished anything in life. That's my usual mindset. I do feel very happy though, in general, with what I can do. It's not really an accomplishment. It's more like this is how I live and I'm happy with it. But I don't think I have achieved a lot. I don't have like a super fancy career or... So I definitely care more about others and hope that things go well for them rather than thinking about myself. I was recently talking to a friend and that is another topic that came up that kind of fits this in a way. When Panda was still going to school, I would make sure that he always has a lunchbox. Make sure that he doesn't have to think about having food. So I prepare it. So I make sure that he has it. And then when the day comes and he takes the lunchbox and he's going to school, and then I realize, oh shit, I forgot to make my own food. Like, there is nothing left for me. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking of others more than myself. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. I barely have any interests in general. I don't want to try anything new. I just stick to what I know, what I feel comfortable with. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Yes. As I said earlier, I feel like I'm very pessimistic, but generally, yes, I always worry. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. Yeah, I can do it if I really have to, but I rather not. You are definitely not an artistic type of person. I disagree because I like creative stuff and art. This is actually a class that I used to take back then at school. It was like an advanced course that you had to pick, 2 advanced courses, and one of them was actually art. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. I don't know. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Yes. As I said earlier, I always do everything in the morning. I take care of everything that I have to do, like dishes, cleaning, and so on. And then I get to stream, and that's when I can relax. You enjoy watching people argue. Yeah, sometimes. It depends on what it is. I don't really like to participate in, like as we said earlier, discussions, because they turn into arguments. For example, some Twitter posts, like somebody says something and then somebody else is answering to that, and then it just escalates from there. So it's like interesting to see, not that I like the arguments themselves, but it's interesting to see how people think. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Yeah, I don't want to be center of attention. Your mood can change very quickly. I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, I don't think my mood is changing quickly. Of course it can change, but not quickly. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. I think so. I lose patience with my parents, for example, because they're older, of course. They're like around 70 years old, but everything is just so slow and it can drive me crazy sometimes. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. No, I do everything right at the start to get it out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it until the deadline. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. I don't really care, no. I have to worry about my life, I'm not thinking about what happens after. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I want to be around Panda, but not anybody else. I don't really like to be around my family because I kinda lose my shit when I'm around them because, as I said earlier, they're either slow or they don't really do things the way that I would. I kind of disagree with their choices. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Why are there so many questions about discussions? Because I'm not really a fan of that in general. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. I find it easier to relate. So if somebody feels the same way, or I can kind of translate it into how I feel, let's just go with that. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. No postponing. Take care of everything as soon as possible. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Disagree. I always second guess what I do in life. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. No, I want to just chill and get away from everything. If I'm working my ass off the entire day and I'm tired, I just want to take it easy and not talk to anybody and not do any more activities. You enjoy going to art museums. No, I don't really go to any museums at all. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. It depends on how they express them. I mean, some people really hide their feelings, so if they don't want to talk about it and don't want to share what they feel like, then I wouldn't notice. I mean, it depends on how long I've known the person, I guess. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Kind of, yeah. I always have lists. I don't necessarily have like a to-do list that I have to check off every day, but I have lists that I need to take care of. I feel insecure all the time. You avoid making phone calls. Yep, I hate talking to people, especially when it's strangers. I only do what I have to do. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Again, depends on what it is. So let's say if there is a discussion on Twitter, let's say, I do try to see it from their point of view, like why are people like this? Why do they think this way? Or let's take a game, Overwatch, when people are so freaking toxic, like I'm trying to see why are they toxic? I am interested in seeing like what's their life like? Why do they have to be like this? Did they get treated the same way? Did they grow up in an environment that that just made them the way they are? In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. No. First of all, I don't have a lot of friends. Second, I don't ask them to do anything. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yep. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Yep. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Well, we are just here, and we gotta deal with it. I don't think about why. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I'm just gonna go with neutral. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. This is just reminding me of one situation when I went to the Gamescom and my friend was coming with me, and she is a little chubby, let's just put it that way. She was going to buy a t-shirt that was not her size. She was gonna order something that was too small. So I just said, oh, they tend to have like smaller sizes, so you should definitely go with a bigger size, because they often just make them smaller than they really are. I really don't know. I'm just gonna go with this. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Not spontaneous. Organized, always organized and consistent. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Oh yeah. So many times I've been wondering, oh, how many more years does it take until Panda's gonna get tired of my shit? How many more months does it take for you guys, my viewers on Twitch, to just get tired of me and be super annoyed by like the way I am? So how long does it take for you to fucking just leave me? And then I'm like, whoa, you've been here like for a year. How are you not tired of me yet? You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yeah, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. I don't want to have anything to do with people. This is why I did not become a vet. I'm only a vet assistant or nurse or tech or whatever you want to call it. Because you just tell me, okay, do this, take care of this animal, do surgery on that one, do an x-ray with this one, and I'll just do it. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. I want quiet, intimate places. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. I don't know. Depends on how they express themselves. Some people are really good at hiding them. Some people are like an open book. It really depends on what it is. You often feel overwhelmed. Yeah, I guess. There's a lot to take care of, and I don't feel like that I can handle it all. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I would say so. Everything has to be in order, if possible. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with this. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Probably. Again, depends on what it is. Generally speaking, we can take this one, I guess. You struggle with deadlines. Nope. I take care of them immediately, so I have a ton of time to like look over it again and make sure that everything is in order. And then I have a bunch of time left before the deadline, just in case. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Generally, no. Right now, yes. My gender. I am female. Logistician? My personality type is logistician, if you say it like that. Okay, mind. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. I'm an introvert, yes, I knew that. Energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. More observant, yeah, I can agree with that. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. So it's almost even for thinking and feeling, okay? Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning and decision making. Judging, 90% judging. Identity, this trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. Okay. Logistician personality type is thought to be the most abundant, making up around 13% of the population. Their defining characteristics of integrity, practical logic, and tireless dedication to duty make logisticians a vital core to many families, as well as organizations that uphold traditions, rules, and standards, such as law offices, regulatory bodies, and military. People with the logistician personality type enjoy taking responsibility for their actions and take pride in the work they do. No, I'm not proud of anything that I do. This one I definitely disagree with, because I don't think that I'm doing anything useful at the moment. When working towards a goal, logisticians hold back none of their time and energy, completing each relevant task with accuracy and patience. Yeah, there's too much to read. Okay, great. This is what we are, apparently. Okay, let's have a look at this. Honest and direct? Yeah, most of the time. If I think something, then I'm just gonna say so. I'm not gonna go around the corner and try to make it like sound better than it is. Strong-willed and dutiful, okay. Responsible, very responsible, yeah. Calm and practical, I guess. Create and enforce order. Okay, that sounds a little too extreme, but I guess so. Jacks of all trades. I guess I am stubborn when it comes to how I think about myself. Insensitive, not intentionally harsh, maybe, probably. Always by the book. Judgmental, opinions are opinions. Again, it really depends on what it is. I mean, sometimes I'm like, okay, this is what you prefer, then so be it. I mean, I don't judge people for what they want and how they live. Often unreasonably blame themselves. Okay. I get it. I do understand what the fuck is going wrong in my head thinking this way, but it's not that easy to just turn off. So now we've been recording for so long, I have so many more tests. I think I'm gonna do another one in the next video, to be honest. Because I have a bunch of other things that I wanted to do. I didn't think this one would take so long. Let's just end it here for now. Thank you for listening and going through this with me. Sorry about my voice, I don't know, I feel slimy. Oh, no, Panda is doing like a dick sucking motion with his hand. No, that's not it. I just haven't eaten anything yet. Okay. It's morning, okay? As usual, take care, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye 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 bye.